Tyre here with episode 19 of BeamNG Drive Career Mode with the RLS Career Overhaul mod, as well as several others, all listed down in the description. So a little while ago, we had done some stuff with getting the scintilla and setting it up and everything like that. So I kind of wanted to go through and finish this up a little bit. Let's see, we got the 550As. Is that the best for those? Yes, that's pretty much the best tires that we can get on here as well, I believe. I'm not sure if the grip balls maybe are a little bit better or something, but they're pretty much good. From my testing, they do pretty well. So what I am thinking here is that we have, I lost my train of thought. Yes. So parts. I went through and took the car into a free roam mode and played around with it. And this is a little while ago, and I completely forgot about the idea of doing this because I've been getting so busy and sidetracked with so many different projects and everything going on. But anyway, we got lightweight glass. We got all kinds of different other stuff in here. We're adding another almost 17, well, a little over 16,000 credits, I should say, of stuff here. But this is all to help it drive, perform, and handle and everything better. It's higher top speeds, you know, more negative pressure, say, under the car because the side skirts actually drop lower, things like that. So it's going to be very nice that way. So we got those. And then I'm going to pull up my notepad here, and we got some other stuff to tune, because I did some checking with tuning. I also noticed that, like, the sway bars were adaptive, but they were regular, not sport, so they're not quite as stiff, you know, things like that. So I've kind of gone through, changed up some stuff like that, and I think we're going to be good now. So we got 75 and 78. That's going to be our front to rear. So 75 for cooling ducts, of course, and 78. That's about where I figured is good. It might be a little bit on the high side, but I think we'll be all right. It might get a little cool. We'll have to kind of play around with that. I'll have to do some more testing. But we were definitely overheating before with the brakes, for what I recall. Let's see. So differentials were kind of okay. Coast lock, we're going to put that at 1% right there. I thought I had that up a little bit higher, but I don't recall as much anymore. Nitrous, everything's like that is fine. Spring heights were okay. Really, we're going to look at camber and toe. So front camber is going to go to -27. It was just a little bit aggressive, I guess, on that side, and that seems to do pretty good. Let's see, rear camber and rear toe, that's where we're at. So rear camber 45, that's what I got wrote down, and then rear toe of 23. That's going to help us center it a little bit. So we can see here we don't have live wheel data like we did before. I was kind of wondering about that. Yeah, it wasn't just me, it's just some reason it doesn't always show up. That's okay, maybe someday, right? We got the scintillas all tuned up, and we got to go and get some other cars and stuff fixed up, tuned up, finished off, everything like that before I carry on with any more vehicles. Let's go ahead and watch the door open and close and pretend that we just got in the car. So yeah, like I said, these side skirts actually sit a little bit on the lower side. So what that essentially does, along with having this slightly larger front lip and having this kind of scooped right here, is going to provide more downforce and more negative pressure underneath the car. The negative pressure means the car is going to essentially receive an effective downforce. It's not literally downforce because it's not the same as like the wing where the wind's pushing it and everything, but it effectively acts the same. And it'll help us stick a lot better, especially at speed. As far as the nitrous, though, that's something I'm going to have to figure out how to do. I'm probably just going to have to keep buying bottles to fix it, if that even works that way. but I've left everything on the interior as it is. Things are a lot more shiny, sparkly, and everything like that because I'm using the dynamic sky. So I've thought about it. I'm like, I don't know how I can fix it, but it is what it is, right? Let's see. We'll go into velocity there. We'll leave it at regular drive mode here. I do want to paint the car as well. I'm thinking about a nice, like, dark gray, something like that, but I'm not too sure. We'll kind of play around, see what I have for ideas here. I'm going to go ahead and head on up to the drag strip. And because I've freshly started this, it should hopefully work correctly, so I'll be right back. All right, here we are. We're pulling on up. Let's see if this actually works this time. It does. Good. Let's get ourselves to stage here. Good. No nitrous on this. Squiggly there for a second, but we did an 894, so just into the top of the 8s there, which is pretty good considering no nitrous at all. Now we're gonna head on over to the racetrack here, and we're gonna go ahead and do a lap and then kind of take a look and see what our best time was and what we do, see what kind of difference we get here. Don't go too far now. Keep thinking it's the left after, but really we gotta go onto the track here. And I don't know why it keeps getting me. Sometimes I get it right. I feel like it's most of the time, to be honest, that I just mess it up. Sounds really nice right now. That's what I really do enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on over this way. Approach a little bit slower here. Car's starting to warm up, so it's starting to open up. Back into sport mode. We're in velocity this time, so we'll also see what kind of a difference that may have. Is still quite a bit slidey. Because the tires still got to warm up a good bit. Save a bit of nitrous for a second lap as well. We'll definitely be able to see, like right now it's saying we're 9 seconds under, so I think something better's happened. Starting to get a little bit of warmth to them finally. That just netted us 13,000 credits. So basically gave us some money back for the performance parts. I'm gonna wait until we're on the straight to hit the nitrous though. Brakes and tires are still a little bit on the toasty side. They're doing better though, so actually it isn't too much. We might be able to take it up a little ways, but we can see they're pretty much even, so I've got the ratio kind of set up good there. Hazard's kind of stuck out there, so go ahead and we'll take the car on back. I think I'll take the shortcut this time. So we go down the racetrack here. That rear end is definitely a bit squirrely though. Back off our nitrous. We'll have to go around our bus here. Do we fit though? I'm not sure that we will very well. Let's go really nice and gentle up here. Ooh man, this is tight. But we made it. Alright, here we go. So yeah, it was saying like 15 seconds faster. I mean, if that's actually the case, I am beyond impressed, because really it didn't come down to tuning so much, I don't believe. Like the tow definitely would help with a little bit of top speed, maybe a couple miles an hour, but that's about it. So yeah, just saying we're damaged, huh? 297 credits here. We have an accident forgiveness for prestige, but I think we'll go ahead and do this. This will allow us to pull out another vehicle here. We're not going to do the bus. Let's, in fact, put it away. We'll come back to that eventually. Yes, definitely. We got the Legrand here. And what's the repair option here? Repair time instant, but we would have to go up, so that's not going to happen either. By the time I find a vehicle to poke at here, the K series is pretty decently set. D series is all right. In fact, we got the two of them. We got the repo one as well. I think the Saga maybe could use a bit, but that would have to definitely be taken into free roam to do. It's nothing that I can do too much. So I'm thinking, I was thinking about this. This is kind of why I'm recording actually a little bit early today. Yeah, Barstow. I haven't had one of these, I think, at all in career, if I can remember. And I'm trying to think on if I want to do a drag build with the Barstow or drag build with the other one that I forget the name of, but that's okay. we'll go ahead and do this one here. We'll probably do racing build for the Barstow Super Sport. I think that's going to be pretty good. Let's take a taxi on over there. And then we can do a little bit of a build with this. But the Scintilla is... Ooh, it's amazing. I also got rid of the license plates to allow... It was weird for a second there. Kind of was acting a little weird. To allow... I can't move. Us to go and do some things with that. So it looks like we have to definitely change the rims of the front. They are completely missing. We don't have any other missing texture things, so this being a car part, I think it's just related to the part in the mod and that kind of stuff, but I do like the look of this. I think this looks pretty darn good. And we got the Super Sport. Let's try taking it for a little test drive in the parking lot here. Again, I can't center my camera or do some of that stuff, but... It lacks kind of some low end, is what I would say. Let's go ahead and grab it, though. We could play with that kind of stuff, definitely. I want to get it to, like, maybe 450 to 550 area is what I think. It looks like our Scintilla is done. That's okay. We're going to drive those back. Let's do that. Despite it not having front rims, even though it does have front rims kind of a thing, it's just visual. What the... That's not even a word that I'm aware of, so yeah. Let's go ahead and hop on in. We got a little bit of clipping there with the intakey thing there. And an over rev risk, so we definitely want to get that. There we go. Just run some lights here. I think we need to change also the time of day in the sense of this guy. Let's go for, I don't know, evening sky 2. Ooh, that's pretty dark, but I like it. I do like it. The fog kind of on the distance thing doesn't really match. The coloring needs to be changed, but I think that's about it. The lights are going to come on for all the parks and stuff like that, but... Oh yeah, she spins around really easily. I think actually that's not clipping. I think that's the way the hood is designed. Yeah. A little bit interesting. Can't even see the lights. I'd have to go up like this. And if you pay attention, really close attention, you kind of hear how the blinker doesn't quite go in time like how it's supposed to. Yeah, something about this area of West Coast. I have noticed it also when making the little compilation type of video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out for the scramble. Definitely do. But when I made that, I was noticing that like when cars are coming into this area, I was dropping frames really bad. I had to restart the game sometimes to help. So there's definitely something interesting, and I'm thinking it's a solar field area because really there's lots of detail to the solar panels here. And I mean, I've contemplated seeing if it could be removed or something. Otherwise, the car handles pretty decently. I think a little bit of tires and some more power, and we got ourselves a good little Sport racer. I wouldn't say we're gonna go full on race mode. Again, we can't forget this either. Go ahead and hop on out here. Alright, time to go ahead and fix this old girl up here. Part customization. No. I'm gonna start with a performance assessment. We need to know where we started, where we ended. Like, yeah, 106 miles an hour. That's not bad. Oh my gosh. Look at that. You can see how it's doing ABS there. It's a little bit excessive, but that's okay. It's not going to read well on the braking force kind of a deal there, but Tower output of 327 as advertised. It is brand new. It's only 7 miles now on the car. We're at 202 horsepower per 1,000 kilograms. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do here. But first, we need to move up over here because now the car is over here. And front wheels, he has Alder Cyclone wheels in the front. For some reason, just do not show up right. But the 15.9s probably will, because it shows up in the rear. Yeah, they do. The white shows up. I mean, maybe if I change from this orange color, it'll be all right. Because I want to try to keep it something like that. But that is weird. Just the black wheel. Only that is broken for the 15x8. Okay, and we can do 15x10. Let's do that. Make these a little bit wider. Definitely are not doing drag tires, but that's okay. We'll leave the wooden steering wheel, all that kind of stuff in there. All right, and nothing really too interesting that speaks out that way. Broken stuff there. Could do that. We'll leave that kind of stuff for right now. Front subframe, maybe a reinforced front subframe. That'd probably be a little bit better. No, it takes everything and messes it all up in there. So we're just not going to go because that's going to need to so much work to get it back to the way it is. So we have the 327 Atom Jet 5.3 liter, which ain't bad at all. I think that's going to be fine. And bottom end, standard. Here's where we can go. So early fan, we're going to do a performance electric fan. That should help keep cool. You don't even really necessarily need to touch anything else. In fact, we can hear the fan. We'll do an oil cooler too. That with the fan, we should be more than fine. We don't need any paint really for the engine right now. We'll put in some ultra heavy duty engine mounts, make that thing really stiff that way. Got a cast short block, so this is kind of where getting into the CEEP stuff can be really awesome. Let's see, lightweight forged short block. Put in a locked up short block for free. And put in one that's glass for 70. Oh wow. I don't know if they mean like glasses in it's gonna break very easily or if it's actually glass, but this is something here. With the stroker kit, you can go under square, square, or over square. We're probably just gonna go to square. And oil pan, we're gonna do a dry sump oil system for racing because we want to have zero oil starvation. Top end, All right, aspiration intake. We're gonna kind of take a look here. So we have the cross ram compact manifold. I could do a racing performance EFI as well. Ooh. Let's do that. We do have tubular. We'll do performance exhaust manifolds here, though. Leave it on the sport dual. And pod filter, that's fine. Stock camshafts. We can go with a... Let's do like a stage 1 performance kind of a deal, sport deal here. We should be pretty close. We'll do some adjustable cam chop. We want just a little bit. Kind of isn't bad where it's at necessarily, but we definitely need to do something about engine management and adjustable. So there's different engine sounds we can try here. Sounds like we're on number 1 already. I like that. We get a little bit more grumble to it. We'll go with number 2. 5-speed sport. Probably just gonna leave that. That should be okay for us. Light and flywheel we should be okay with. I don't want it to be too light either. We do have a lip splitter on the front already. Yep, that whole deal, so that's really nice. That should be fine. Do have a subframe brace, that's fine. Have all kinds of racing stuff in here, so really what we're gonna need to look into pretty much only worrying about, we got 235/60 for that. We're gonna go with something different than these guys. These are more or less racing tires, as from what I've understood. I mean, I'm no expert with what this mod is trying to simulate for them, but I want to get something that's going to be sporty but still not too crazy. We got probably let's try this, the grip balls, because I haven't looked into that yet. And if we take a look into that, it looks great. Our rims have disappeared again, even though we're on white this time, so we might have to change those. No, they're back to black. Why did I change? Oh, that's right, because I went back. Okay, that was all just my fault. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit for a little less of that volume of the fan and everything. Where does that exhaust go? Okay, it's just down churn right at the end there. That just sounds really interesting. Like that chop definitely needs to get fixed, but we were on 235s, but yeah, we should be okay here. Yeah, that's good. So we got the grip all Super Sport 3R. We have a regular quick ratio here. And I mean, there's the CJD and the LGN stuff. Of course, CJD is what I add. It's not naturally in there, but it's all good. Engine bay crap. Custom RGB grill. Like, I didn't think... Front aero sport package. That startled me, I'll be honest. Okay, I was just curious because it was free. I was like, what's this? And yeah, that... aero sport. Because, yeah, okay, I don't know. Maybe it's broken, maybe it's... I don't know. We'll carry on. We can do the... standard kind of a deal, maybe. Maybe we will have to go with the RGB grill here. Yeah, that's all chrome looky though, and I don't really like that. We're gonna go back. I like that a lot better there. Should be fine there. So we get the cowl induction super sport here. I mean, yeah, I think that's okay, but it wasn't bad. But now with what we're going to be running here, as you can see, we got that, and that's kind of a poor location to put your air filter, to be honest, because all your hot air is coming straight on in, so don't actually do that. I think I'll leave it that way. I think it'll be okay. Is there any way to change that? Because that kind of irritates me a little bit there. We can do some stuff with that too, but we'll leave that right now. Brakes. Brake pads are at premium. We're going to do the semi-racing, of course. The city bus horn, are you kidding me? I mean, it works. Depending on whether or not the camera's in the building. Yeah, that works. All right, rear bench seats, so should be fine, leaving everything like that. We got a 4-link rear end, racing rear drums. Yeah, I mean, all there is for disc brakes is going to be the drag ones, and I don't really want to go for that because it might throw off how the car handles and everything like that when braking. So we're going to leave that alone. Go with the race limited slip though. That was strange. My controller just kind of buzzed on me from something. I'm not sure exactly. So here is these. And that's just kind of funny. Yep, 275 is our max width. I think we can go with 55. That pretty much sets it, but not quite. 60 though. Yeah, we got a little bit bigger in the rear, a little bit taller. I think that's okay. Kind of throwing a modern twist of handling into the car here. So we can add just a roll bar to it. And I mean, I would have to probably remove the rear seats, but we could pretend that they have been adjusted to fit. We can just pretend that. I think we'll be okay there. Aero Sport roof spoiler. Okay, interesting. So Aero Sport is something, but didn't want to work there the other way. Trunk, all that would be all right there. I think we'll be okay. There isn't any lightweight stuff from what I can see. So, I mean, it looks like we're kind of where we're at. We're okay and everything. Just going to go back up and through and kind of see here. We have a stock overhead valve. Do a high performance distributor on there too. Why not? With some stage 1 internals, we could do variable. Oh my goodness, I want to do this just to kind of see what we have. It is expensive, but this would provide options there too. How about a performance cover? I don't know, is it like aluminum instead of steel or something? You do custom breathers on here. Well, you can really kind of change up the motor that way. Go ahead and we'll zoom in a little bit. Turn that all off. Okay. Custom breather. Unfortunately, we got to do this again. But I want to see, what does it really change? There's probably options below that as well. So we got a little chrome top on it. It looks like that's about it. It just changes it to being a chrome one, so I don't know that I really like that. Adjustable rev limiter, everything else looks fine. I think we'll be all right there. If I search, add a W, and then boom, nothing lightweight. Okay. So there we go. Let's go ahead and confirm. And then we need to hop back out here for a moment, do some tuning to it. Ooh, look at that. Multiplication of engine torque. So this is kind of cheaty to be in career mode, but I know exactly what I want to do here. At 8750 should be good there. Spring heights, everything else. I mean, there really isn't any reason to adjust any of that kind of stuff. Our track offset maybe could be adjusted a little bit. I think our rear is okay, but our front did get narrower a little bit. No, actually, I just want to say it's fine. I do want to say it's fine. Okay. We can also just go goofy just to kind of get you guys an idea here. I'm going to go all the way down to 5 or whatever's the minimum on that. Kind of frequency is a little bit that way, but we're going to go like this. It's probably going to kill it. Ooh. I wish it went a little bit lower. I like that. Maybe a little bit less on the RPM, but yeah. With the sound of that exhaust. Man, that sounds good. I think I do need to get a different muffler on here, though. Just because I think just because I think it really needs it. Let's see what the race dual exhaust sounds like. My controller turned off. I was wondering why nothing was happening. I don't know. I kind of like the volume. But the popping is so much better here, let's be honest. All right. Let's start by just taking it for a quick drive here to kind of get a feel for it. Kind of funny watching that. It's definitely more than aggressive, but I do wish I could put some ABS on there. Maybe I'll have to figure that out. I don't know why I haven't had a bar stall much sooner, you know. Let's go ahead and hit the highway a little bit so we can get a little speed going. Man, 60 miles an hour, it's got like a really good gear ratio right there, honestly. For like fuel efficiency and not being too bad. And you get a little bit of a side view there. Definitely looks like we need some more cooling to the brakes overall, but more towards the front, definitely. Oh, I want to open it up right here. See if this will work. Kind of hold back traffic, maybe. Yeah, all right. This, I think, because I'm having a little bit of difficulties with some frame rates at times, we're just going to toggle the skybox off and hopefully not break anything, and there we go. Perfect. It really didn't seem to do anything, did it? In fact, my frame rate seems to be even worse right now. Let's go like that. Control Shift and D, change our time of day. I want to make this a high revving monster, so we're gonna head back to commercial garage here. That bar, I just figured it out. That's the headlight. That's kind of excessive for it, I guess, but oh, let's go straight here. We should be okay. We just don't go too quick. These headlights aren't great, but I think we'll be okay. Surprisingly, it's actually handling this kind of rougher stuff a lot better than I'd expect. Yeah, I gotta do it. Nope, just spun it around. Maybe I can do it here. So if I position the car just right. All right, so we're gonna go and grab UI apps. I don't know why I always click edit then add, but I guess maybe it's an old habit or something. And we want torque curve because I want to try to make this thing high revving. So that's kind of where the customizable comes in. It's a little bit cheaty because you can really, you know, set it that way, but yeah. Let's see. Torque curve, there we are. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that right on in the middle. And most likely the car is gonna move, so we'll take it on over to where it's gonna move. I wanna see where we're at, because we can see like 7,000, we start to fall off really big. But what I wanna do is take this over to the drag and see what our improvement is on our performance. This car is worth almost 100,000 credits. That's crazy. I'm gonna mute my microphone and let's turn on daytime. Enjoy this. Okay, I gotta give it a few moments. My microphone sometimes with OBS something acts up a little bit. But anyway, here we are. Braking force of 1.21 G. So like we got some serious traction with these tires, more than I would expect. Yeah, we jumped up pretty good. So we're at 541 horsepower. This is about where I want to be. So now to kind of extend that up into the higher rev range would be nice. 541, that's insane. Yeah. We were at, what, a 1312 at a 107 for a quarter mile with a 475 0-60. We're at a 296. So we're about 3 seconds 0 to 60 now, which is pretty good considering this thing doesn't have any fancy suspension or anything. You know, it's an older car that way. It's still 4-link, but, you know, geez, this is impressive. Okay. Let's see what else here we need to do then. We need to go into tuning. And hop on into the car. And what I'm wondering is, no, I can't really. So I'm going to need to get this 5,000 up kind of tuned. So it's like 7,000 to 9,000 area really needs to go maximum probably. So let's start that way. So we're going to go 7, 8, and 9 times 2. We'll still leave it at 8750 though. We'll purchase that, so we might burn a little bit of money doing this, but this will kind of help. So there we go. We can see 7,000. We bump. We're up to 737 horsepower. That's more than I want. So 7,000's got to come down probably to 1.5. 1.68. I bet you. Let's do 1.68. This is where playing with this in free roam would definitely be advantageous. In fact, maybe that's what we'll do. That way we can come back. So here's how we can do this, just as a refresher. Go into more garage. Oh, because I recently did a part change, everything will save. It looks like because the game is frozen and loading, I can't pause my recording, so I was going to pause while we loaded, but we're already here. Not a big deal. Okay, tuning-wise, now, let's see. We need to go into free roam to be able to see everything, so... There we go, so we'll save it like that. We can just go ahead and hit test. You don't always have to save, but I like to save because then that way if my game crashes or does weird things like pulling up the main menu or whatever else, you know, our bus. Look at that, it's featured. It's not our bus, that one's slow, let's be honest. So now we can go in here, we can do your tuning, and then I can write this in a notepad or even just try to remember. So 7, I think the 1.68 is what I was saying we were going to be at for that. Let's see. This is 648, so we're still a little high. Let's go 1.5, because we were at 1.25 before. There we go, so 598, we're getting there. 1.38? We're gonna take this 6,000 up just a little bit too. So there we go. Now we can see we're at 566. It's pretty much flat. 5,000 just needs a touch of a bump. We could probably bump 2,000 just a little bit as well. Let's take this to 1.08. I don't know why I want to keep going 08, so let's just do 1.1. Okay, now look at that. We got a nearly perfectly flat torque curve right there, which is a little bit silly, but hey, I think we're good there. Let's go ahead and bump this up just a little bit. There we go. 8,000 is maxed out. There's nothing more we can do. So this thing's going to go to about 8,000. That's going to be our red line. So now we know what we need here. I'll go to my notepad. I can delete everything for the scintilla that I had. We're going to need 2K, 1.13, and then 5K. All right, let me go ahead, get this wrote down, and then I'll come back when we get this set up in career again. All right, guys, I ended up finding something, going a little bit crazy, everything like that. We could see we got 6 gears, so I did do a 6-speed manual. I also had to do a differential adjustable gear ratio-y thingy, so I'm at a 408. And I found our website. It's called Blocklayer, so BLOKLAYER.com, and it allows you to visually graph these out so that they shift it to points. 6th gear is 0.5 at bare minimum to put us at about 1980, 1950 on the RPMs at 70 miles an hour. So really good for cruising down the highway, nice and chill when we're, you know, we don't have to worry about that too much. And 5th gear kind of helps to break it in, and then from there, you know, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, pretty much is going to be where we're going to be sitting. Being that we have such a wide power band, we don't need a lot of gears. We can get away with 3, honestly, but 4 is okay. And even doing like a drag racing type of deal will be just fine. So let's go ahead and see, with just this tuning, what we get for a difference here. Just going to go ahead and hit assess performance again. We're going to go ahead and see, and it looks like the skyboxes came back. Yeah, there we go. Although it's not supposed to automatically load. I don't know why it does it anyway. Mods and stuff and things. Let's go ahead and watch this, see how we do. 10:36 this time. A little bit faster, it looks like to me. I think we were at like 136 or 38 or something. I did add a little bit of cooling. Also put the RPM limit to 8,000 because beyond that, we're losing a lot of power and there's really no need with such a wide power band. We did move up to supposedly 738 horsepower. Whatever. I guess it's fine. So 1037 at 135, our last result, we were at 1109. So we went down a bit because we were able to shift less, but apparently we also got more power. Did it not save things that I did with the, oh, let's see. I got this guy here. So I think, no, that's right. I didn't change it. I didn't change it. Oh no, that's okay. We got this to do yet, so I apologize. This is supposed to be a 1.1. This is supposed to be the 1.25, and then... Nope, this is 1.25. There we go. This is going to be 6K is 1.25. This is 138. So we'll have to basically ignore that one that we have there, unfortunately. But we'll get to see what actually the gearing can do in comparison and everything this way with it, you know, seeing how much we lose. So 2K 1.13. 5K is 1.1. And this should help a little bit better. And then 8K, we're at 2 to kind of give us that top end that way because we don't have the race overhead cam. So I could have done that and let it go all the way to 9. I don't think that's too necessary, really. This guy's going to be pretty good for a sporty kind of racier deal here. Let's go ahead and assess again. Try and see and ignore that we just did that other one because that was definitely wrong because the whole torque curve is all weird and everything that way with it being customized. Not necessarily the way we want it to be. Really, we didn't even lose a whole lot. We're losing power, but we're not losing a lot on the timing because now our power graph is flat. That kind of goes to show like how this can, how getting a flat torque curve can really help versus having just more power. See, it was saying we were in the 700s, we're at 566, and we barely lost anything. Let's just for the sake of it, 1054 at 130. Last one we were at 1037, so we lost 0.2, so 0.2 of a second, which is a big deal in drag racing, yes. But considering we lost 200 horsepower. That goes to show flat torque curves, people. Flat torque curves. So here's where we were last time. We were just a little under and we were at 1109, so we still lost like half a second. Much better. Might drag the episode out just a little bit for the sake that I want to go take this to the racetrack. There wasn't really anything with camber to do. The rear cannot be adjusted for camber, so we'll leave that. That's interesting. If I get this nailed just right. Yeah, it kind of lurches a little bit. Kind of like having surge, but not quite. So it's still like streetable in the sense that the gear ratio works out all right. Because we can even go into 6th at 40 miles an hour still and stay pretty low. So we can keep the RPMs pretty low for good cruising and good mileage. There's the traffic. I was starting to wonder. I was like, did I break it? I wonder that every time when I don't see it for a while. Try and throw a little bit of heat into things. Looks like our time of day is on as well now that I've changed it. So we're going to have to go back to daytime here real quick. It looks like I want to say I'm hitting about 80%, so I could probably take the braking force down to like 90. Help give me more room in my brake pedals, so to speak, before I actually lock up. Allows me to have a little bit more adjustment ease. Probably go to like 95 really. Shift kind of like that little aggressive, you know. Now we're gonna put on some speed here. We're still in power band. Could move fifth up a little bit more, but I think we'll be all right. Brakes are already fading. Holy cow. Flat right there. So I do need to add more brake cooling to the front. It is without a doubt. I think the rear is okay though. Maybe a little bit to the rear as well. There, but honestly, he's handling very well. We are absolutely toasting the brakes and warming up those front tires bad. So yeah, we definitely need some more cooling to the brakes overall. A lot more to the front. We're staying in power band as long as we're around the 4800 at minimum. Oh, it started to open up, I let off, but that wasn't enough. Yeah, because our tires are getting really hot now. Let's see if we can get much better, but we're not really going to, are we? 201, so basically the same as what we were before. Gonna kind of try and use the RPM to help. Try not to touch the brakes at all to let them cool down a good bit. Now we can see just 2 laps in, and we need some massive cooling to the front. So let's go ahead and put this up to 100% in the front, and probably like, I don't know, 80% in the rear. Because they're at 44. And then we'll do 80 there. And then we got to give this another shot too. But what I'm curious about is if I were to reduce the tire pressure a little bit here. Let's just go down to 28, because as it does warm up, it is going to increase tire pressure. Even in BeamNG, it does do that, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's probably a little UI thingy I could test and all that, but I'm pretty positive that is the case here because of how the tire thermals work. Normally in vanilla, of course not, because you don't have tire thermals, but with the mod, I think that's what it does. Gotta have that low first gear for ease of taking off. So of course, when I start off even on a hill, I don't want to be having it to where I have to spin the tires. I can just gradually get on it, and I'm not worrying about the clutch or anything like that. I also didn't set the braking, but that's all good. I think maybe we'll be all right. So current best of 201.57. Apparently it started when I wasn't even ready, so... See, our front brakes are already getting toasty, so might not be able to get anything more, but at least I can say I've tried here. Gear could be a little bit longer for the racetrack here if I really wanted to chase down perfection with it. But again, this is also supposed to be streetable. Yeah, front tires are still overheating here. But we can tell we are doing much better because we've already set a new time. Front brakes are still overheating, so there's got to be something different I can do, but I'm not sure what else. expect, if anything, at least on a long straight there, for them to cool down a good bit better. A little bit of squiggly there. Made a little bit of money there. I think things are going to start cooling down a little bit. The front left brake got a lot hotter, but I think that's because I was braking into the corner after this straight here. So I think that's where that came from. Tires should cool down more being in the dirt and everything here, I think. But either way, yeah. We definitely need something better for the front, and maybe have to go to the drag brakes in the front and rear, because they're both overheating and they're not keeping up. But I want this car to be perfect if this is going to be how it's going to be. This thing is honestly quite surprising. Sounds amazing, does very good. Gotta do a little burnout there. Dare I try this? I think I will. Oh yeah, we got third gear, all right. All right, let's see. Drag brakes, come on, let's do this. And of course, it does this thing again. I think that's like when something is just a teensy bit broken and it doesn't quite know if you should repair or not, kind of a deal. Let's go like this. Brakes. Brake. There we go. See, we got the semi-racing pads, so like the pads are not necessarily the issue. In the front, we'd have to do the drift brakes, and for the rear, we're gonna have to do we'll do the Pro Drag rear brakes as well. Maybe we'll just do the CJD drift, because then it's balanced. We're not kind of going weird that way. And make sure they're still like that. Good. We can set the color of the calipers now. I think I'll leave them red, that's alright. It is a bit more money. I want to see now, tuning wise. Got brake force. So we're going to go ahead and take this down to like 95 to start out. 96, I think. That should give me more room if it stays the same. I'm gonna go ahead and take these back to like 65% and 70, let's do 80% here. We still might overheat, might need to go with the drag brakes, I'm not sure. The drift brakes usually do better, but, whoa. game decided I need to start drifting that way. It wasn't my controller, but it was like controller drift, but the game was doing it. Let's go give it another couple of rounds here. Still able to lock up the front brakes here, but I could do a lot more tuning and stuff. I probably will off camera, but at least this will be our last good shot here at seeing if this helps. And then off camera, I'll go ahead and do some more tuning and stuff. I want this thing to be absolutely perfect. I might lengthen that third gear, like I was saying, a little bit. You know, that would be about as far as it would go. I wouldn't really worry about tuning the other gears too much because we got more than enough room here. Tried lining up in a slot. It started. Okay. A little bit of warmth in the tires that way. Same there with the front with the braking like that. To stay in third, it gives me a little bit of a lower power hit there, so I can just go full throttle and leave it open. I don't have to worry about doing a gear shift. It's a good move to do that if you can sometimes. Noticing our rear is staying a lot cooler now. Which bodes well for this, because the front is probably getting a bit warm here, but where are we? 201.21, so we're not doing too bad, I would say. is getting warm. Into a 154 for another 3,000 credits right there, so that's pretty good. And we're not overheating. We do need to cool the front some more, maybe back up to 100%. The rear though does need to come back. I might change the balance a little bit too, because primarily I'm braking in a straight line, and yeah, the fronts are overdoing here. So guys, I think we need to take this over to the commercial garage since we got the freebie, right? Get her on out into this beautiful sunlight. And yeah, I think this is going to be it for today's episode, everybody. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more BeamNG content, go ahead and subscribe. If you have any other ideas, opinions, topics, suggestions, comments, things you want to talk about, go ahead and put them down below in the comments, or you can go to the description, take a look at all the mods, and join my Discord to let me know directly there as well. But again, that's it for today's episode, everybody. Take care, and bye-bye.